Hello, everyone. Today I'm all alone. Coach J is missing, but she is not missing anything. Yeah, she has some personal things she's taking care of. I'm really missing her here, but she will be catching up with us next week on Wednesday. Otherwise, my name is Joyce Loy, better known as the Dare to Glow Confidence Coach, and I'm super excited for our topic today because it's a very, very important topic: setting goals. And as you all know, goals is what we all want. When we are starting the new year, we all have these goals we've set for ourselves. Or I want to maybe have a car, or I want maybe to have a new job, or I want to improve on my career. There are lots of things we set for ourselves at the beginning of the year, and those are goals. But how can we be able to achieve these goals? You could set them, but do you achieve them? So I'm going to be sharing benefits of why setting goals is very important shortly, which is motivation. The benefit of setting goals is motivation. There's motivation working towards your goal. The moment you set your goals, you're motivated to work towards them. The other thing is focus and purpose. When you set goals, you are focused and you have purpose towards achieving that goal. So you're very, very focused on that purpose. The other things is performance. The performance towards that goal becomes higher because I have to achieve this goal. It's on my target. So it's very, very important to remember that the moment you have a goal, it pushes you. Benefits of having goals is satisfaction. That satisfaction, sorry, that satisfaction of having achieved a personal goal, like it's something for yourself, and you're seeing it. And that's why the last week on Wednesday, if you missed, you could go to our YouTube channel, and my YouTube channel is There to Glow Coach. And for Jen, it's her name Jen. So you could go there and watch the replay on what we talked about on the importance of setting goals. You understand why the benefits are also part of the importance. The other thing is development. You develop new skills, strategies, because you want to achieve this goal. You make sure you find all skills and strategies to make sure you achieve it. I know I've given you the benefits, but today we are going to be talking about tips. If you know of any other benefit I've not mentioned, please leave it in the comment section. The other thing I wanted to talk about is the types. You hear people saying this goal, this goal, this goal, but goals have types. One type of goal is the process. The process. There is the process, there is the performance, there is the outcome. Those are the different types of goals. So I'm going to explain the outcome. So the outcome are those goals you want to achieve and get, such as losing 5 pounds. That is the outcome. The outcome you want is the 5 pounds. So that's why they call it the outcome goals. Performance goals, these are focused on what you need to do to to achieve that outcome. What are you performing? What is your performance towards achieving that goal? So that's why they call it performance goal. And then there is the process. The process is the focus you put on achieving that goal. If you follow me on all the social medias, you'll see that I love using the word trust the process. When you trust the process, you achieve the goal. Imagine you are baking a cake. You start from what? Mixing. You add the eggs, you add the baking flour, you add the baking powder, you add all these things. That is the process towards making the cake. The result is the cake. But the process is those things you're doing towards achieving the goal. And that is the process. Process oriented goal is basically the beginning of that task towards the end of it. And when through the process, you have to set things like timers. You have to put things like targets. I want to achieve this throughout this throughout achieving my goal, I want to do this and this and this and this, the process. So these are the types of goals checklist that you should always have. You tell yourself, I have goals, and to achieve these goals, I have an outcome. The outcome of my goal is to bake a cake. The performance is what? Is that I focus on, which are the exact ingredients that I need for that cake to come through. Because you're not going to say, I want a blueberry cake, and you're putting in oranges, you're putting in strawberries, you get. Then the process is exactly what you go through to achieve that goal. But our main part today, what we're supposed to be talking about, are the tips. But before I go into the tips, last Wednesday, and still I'll tell those ones who did not watch to go back and watch the replay. We talked about SMART. When you have goals, it's always important to focus on the word SMART, which means specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. Is your goal realistic? Is your goal achievable? Is your goal realistic? Is your goal timely? Are you putting a specific time to achieve that goal, or you're saying, I'm just going to achieve this goal by end of the year, I'm going to achieve this goal? And remember, you have so many goals. You have 10 goals, and all those goals, you're going to achieve them at the end of the year. How about you break them down? This goal, I will achieve it by the end of June on this day. And this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do. Those are the realistic things that you put yourself to task to do. Measurable. Is it measurable? Is it achievable? Am I telling myself something that is even impossible to achieve? And I'm a strong believer of impossible is possible, because I live in the UAE, and that's the term that everyone uses here. Impossible is possible. So I'm not saying your goal is not possible. What I'm saying is be very, very realistic at what you want to achieve so that it's achievable. And then the other I'm going to be using today is clear. Clear is conscious, measurable, elaborate, attainable, and relevant. Is this goal relevant? Is this goal attainable? Is this goal measurable? And as you can see, measurable even goes to the SMART, and it goes to the clear. These are some of the acronyms you can use towards you achieving your goals, and your goals will not be impossible to achieve. They may not take sometimes they may not be achieved exactly at the time you want to achieve them, but they are achievable. The other one I'm going to use is the OKR, like they call it, OKR, which is objectives and key results. This helps you to organize and define your goals. Trust me, when you use some of these terms, they will help you work towards achieving your goals. Now, going to what I'm supposed to be talking about today, which are the tips of setting personal goals. I love to always remind everyone that I'm a confidence but also personal and professional development coach. And I could go into my story, but my story is one that inspires me myself, because when I see how far I came and where I am today, it inspires me. And I'll briefly talk about my story before talking about the tips, because some of the questions within the tips, because I'm going to be using questions today. These questions are going to be the simple steps that will get you on your way to setting and achieving your goals. But before I talk about this, my personal story on why I even became a coach was when I was in Uganda living with someone, and we're getting married, actually, because we had gotten engaged and we're getting married. I was loved. I felt loved. But this kind of love was not the love that I'd grown up seeing in my own family. I would say my parents. This kind of love was the love where I'm being, and I'm going to be very all honest, and And it's not something I've really put out there because at some point I was embarrassed, but I've seen people I've seen people become better. I've seen people grow. I've seen people go and achieve their goals through my story. So I was living with someone, and this person was very loving. I loved this person so much, they loved me, but their love was a bit, I could say, toxic to the point where I was in a mental state where I felt like I wasn't myself. So I was psychologically and mentally, I could say, tortured. That is the best word I could use because that's how I felt at that time. And I had to go through it and get where I am today. But it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. I had to set goals behind this person's back because everything I did didn't seem right in this person's face. And I'll be sharing my story in depth because today I just want to focus on the topic for tips for setting goals. But within this topic for today, it got me it got me talking about my story because the last year when I was leaving, that is 2015, when I was leaving this person to actually, I can't say run, can I say run away? When I was leaving this person to go discover who I was because I felt I was losing myself. And that's where I love to use the word personal goal because I had to set personal goals for myself. What do I want? I've stayed with this person. I am not happy, but I have to portray out there that I'm happy. What can I do? And I remember I did not have to ask anyone else. So your personal goals don't have to be anyone's idea. They don't have to be someone else telling you. Personal goals have to be for you. They have to be what you want only. What you want for your family, maybe what you want for your friends, but what you want for you. They have to start with you. And honestly speaking, some of these questions I'm going to be sharing today are some of the questions that helped me. Some of them helped me for me to move and be where I am today in 2023. Imagine 2015, now it's 2023. How much time it took. So some of these questions that I'm going to be posing to you, they are in form of tips, but they are questions. There are five. The first question is going to be, which goals would I like to achieve in each priority area? Like we have different areas in our lives. We have the spiritual, we have the physical, we have the mental, all these areas in our lives. What kind of goals do I want to achieve? Those are some of the questions I asked myself. And those are the questions I want to pose. I want to pose this question to you. So today I'm giving you tips, but in form of questions. That is the first one. The second one is, what are my three top personal or professional priorities for this year? So when you were beginning the year, you had goals, you had things you wanted to achieve. Now I want to ask you, what are the three personal or professional priorities for this year that maybe you haven't achieved? Because we still have some months to go. The other one is, how will I measure progress towards each goal? How will you measure progress that you're reaching your goal or you achieved your goal? What is one action that I can take right now to move closer to your goal? If a friend asked me, what have you done over the past weeks and months in relation to your goals? What would I say? That is your last question. What would I say? So for me today, I'm not giving you tips, oh, this tip, do this, do this, do this, do this. No, my tips are in form of questions. These are questions you should ask yourself. I'll repeat them one more time. The first one is, which goals would I like to achieve in each priority area? And I gave you some of those areas. For example, mental, physical, spiritual, and some that you want to add on, maybe even like career wise. Then, what are my top three personal or professional priorities for this year? The other one is, how will I measure progress? Because it's very important to measure the progress from where you started from to where you are. And then the other one is, what is one action that I can take right now towards that goal, to move closer to that goal? The other one, if a friend asked me, what have you done over the past weeks and months in relation to my goal? The last question is, what would I say? These are my tips in form of questions on how you can set goals, or how you can start working towards achieving your goals to the end of the year, because it's almost the end of the year. And I would just like to say, I hope you are inspired today to be able to achieve your goals, both personal goals and those professional goals that you have. Otherwise, I would like to say, goals are achievable. Impossible is possible. And that is going to be the end of the video. I missed having Coach J today, but I would like to say, I'm sure, I'm sure, and I know well that next week we are going to be able to see her. Otherwise, I would like to say, stay safe and stay blessed. Down in the comment section, you'll find the link to join Mindset Shift CEO if you haven't joined. And I remain the Dare to Glow coach. Thank you so much for being here, for watching, and stay safe and stay blessed.